All right, everyone, sorry about that. As Max Brenner's shot gets knocked down, Chittenden fights for it, gets it out. Ball comes out as she's being hit by Lima. Chittenden, the beat misses. Simon Spann, I think, was given the ball by Chittenden after she was beat. Again, apologies. During that video review, the gameplay crew came over to us. It looks like our stream went down while we tried to show them the video. The result of that challenge by Team Australia for the illegal hit on Brandon Frizen, it was not upheld. So essentially the card to Frizen held. He's unavailable for the rest of the game. Simon Spann spent the rest of that penalty time in the box. Australia were unable to score during that time, but they were able to keep Brazil off the board until just after 2 minutes when Brazil scored to take the lead 2-1. Nathan Morton had also sustained a yellow card earlier. He was released by that goal. And now we're getting a yellow card to Mikel Lima for illegal contact from behind on Team Brazil. So Spann now with it. Oh, runs into Morton. Just a miscommunication there between teammates. Spann, floats one over the top. Chavez gets a hand on it. Spann gets his own rebound, knocks it over. No one there from Australia to pick it up. It's going to be Sparate from Brazil to inbound here. Brazil now with a penalty of their own to kill as we have some subs in the beater game. Alicia Balbuena subs in the black headband. And Brazil keeping it slowly to kill this penalty to Lima. Leo Sanchi over to Leo Chavez. Nacimiento with the dodgeball in front. Oh, a good pass play there from Nacimiento. Chavez takes the space, swim move. Oh, but the help defense. Brenner gets the hit, Chittenden gets the strip, and Australia gets the stop. Lima is in, the penalty is killed, but Max Brenner has a head of steam running down the pitch. Leo Sanchi, spin move, gets him to the ground. Spann fights for it, knocks it away. Back to hoops there for Brazil as Brenner knocks down an errant pass. Oh! Brenner with the pump fake. Leo Chavez goes way up high, ends up landing on top of Brenner. The goal is going to be good. It's also going to result in a card for Brazil. So 2-2 here. There's not going to be any time served for Leo Chavez because the goal was good. But now mark that down, Leo Chavez with 1 yellow in this game. Chavez has come over to the penalty box. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, the goal is good. So Chavez is now going back to the pitch. Australia's sideline is just asking for a timeout call here. All right, so Australia calls a timeout here about 5 minutes into this game as they are tied up 2-2 with Brazil. And Australia, a team that came in with gold medal aspirations, really did not think they were going to be in this position against Team Brazil. Team Brazil, for those of you watching this morning, were able to keep Team Germany, another team with gold medal aspirations, in range the whole game, finally only losing while they were down 3 and Germany caught the flag runner. Australia does not want that same fate to be repeated. Obviously, if Brazil were able to catch the flag here, they could pull a huge, huge upset. So Australia, I think, just wants to calm their bench down, let them know that some of these calls not going their way might start going their way. They just have to keep their cool. Meanwhile, Brazil, I think, is saying our physicality is working, our passing plays are good, our communication between beaters and chasers on offense is excellent. Let's keep up the good work. All right, so as we get started underway here, the score I can confirm is 2-2. Leo Sanchi will start with quad ball in hand. Brenner wants the sneak, waiting for Sanchi to walk forward. Sanchi is going to have to walk forward. is being asked to walk forward by the head referee. He's saying that Max Brenner is playing defense and therefore does not need to move. But Nascimento finally comes in to clear Brenner out. Brazil, I do think, is willing to keep the pace of this game slow when they can. They certainly like to run, as finally Leo Sanchi gets pressed and beat. Got it away, though, to Seprete. The pass to Lima is knocked down, and Australia is now slowing it up. Max Brenner directing traffic. Australia looking to make something happen in the beating game. The pass, high over the head of Chittenden. Ashton Abbey, the new beater, in for Team Australia, who is looking to run and have a hit there, playing alongside Ruth Creffield. Span drives, muscles through the pass, or the shot doesn't go through, but he gets his own rebound. This time he finishes without contact. Australia's up 3-2. Brazil can hit just about as hard as any team here, but it's not hard enough to stop Team Australia. And to add insult to injury, Alicia Balbuena has been awarded a yellow card for disrespecting the referees. So Brazil now, after having given up a goal, will be down a beater. Making sure the score table has everything correct. The head referee clarifying why disrespect to the referees was called and what will result in future calls and what is permissible. Seems like it has as much to do with the volume, and he doesn't want his ref crew to be yelled at here. So with the penalty, it is also going to be a turnover to Max Brenner, the quad ball. So Australia with a chance here to take two quick goals in the matter of a few seconds. Max Brenner looks left, looks right, gets it to Span. Span, the fake. Chavez off his feet. Australia up 4-2. And they're looking good after their timeout. Ashton Abbey, Ruth Creffield playing high with control. Balbuena gets beat out. Abbey really forced that one, as now the interception comes from Callum Mayling. Mayling streaking up the pitch. Leo Chavez, huge hit. Mayling looked like he didn't even feel him and finishes through contact up 5-2. And Chavez looks to be hurt. We will take the stoppage. All right, folks, we are back. Leo Chavez was able to get up, walk off under his own power back to his team's bench. So hopefully he's okay, and we can see him later in this game. The goal for Australia is going to be good, as the head referee is talking to all the Brazilian players that are on the field, and I believe a coach as well. And just confirming everything with the Mayling play was legal from the Australian end. All right, we are about to get underway here again. Brazilian players still not at their rooms. Looks like now the head referee is talking to the Australian bench and sending all the players back there. My best guess here is either there's been a challenge or the referee wants to talk to both benches. So we're going to take this break, and we'll get back with you when we know what's going on. All right, everyone, welcome back. Again, we apologize for these delays. It's really just a part of allowing video reviews to make sure that we get all the calls right. In this case, upon further video review, Brazil had challenged that in the process of standing up and walking back towards his own hoops, Callum Mailing had kicked Leo Chavez, who was on the ground. Upon further video review, that appeal was denied. Neither team has an appeal left for this game. The goal from Mailing was good, and the score is 5-2. Sanchi moving up the pitch. Torrizani near side option. Silva far side option. Balbuena pump fakes with the dodgeball. Goes behind to Lima. Lima cannot corral it, and Mailing is going to fall on that one for Team Australia. Australia with the stop. They've looked good since their timeout call. Hannah Walravens checks into the game for the first time. Carrie Crawford near side option for Mailing. Walravens right side option. This is Abby looking to run a 1.5 here, it looks like. Oh, great attempt there from Span. Or, my apologies, Sutherland. The reset is used, but Mailing is able to corral this one. Ashton Abby wants to run a 1.5. Oh, and just a misplay from Nascimento. Throws the dodgeball away. No dodgeballs back. The feed to Sutherland. The goal is good. 6-2. It looked like Nascimento meant to pass that dodgeball to his beating partner, but Balbuena was nowhere to be seen. And it really just resulted in a no dodgeball defense. Abby dodges a beat. Looks like Australia is going to maintain control despite being aggressive. Leo Sanchi sees space. Oh, floats one way up high, way over the head of Lima. And it looks like Sutherland came in a little bit hot from behind. All he had to do was let it go out of bounds, but it looks like it might be a call here. Being told now it's actually likely a discussion about the dodgeball game. Again, a reminder, Balbuena is already sitting on one yellow. A second yellow would result in ejection. Yes, confirming that the call is on Nathan Nascimento, not on Alicia Balbuena. So that's playing after being beat, yellow card for Nascimento. Now both beaters in this pair are sitting on one yellow for Team Brazil, as Sutherland is going to do the inbounding procedure here for Team Australia behind the Australian hoops. Immediately looking to run is Sutherland. Streaks down the pitch, gets past Sanchi. Teammates in front. The high pass to Crawford is corralled beautifully, and the two-handed put through makes it 7-2 for Australia. Sanchi again for Brazil. A 5-0 run from Australia after this one was tied up at 2 early. Phil Kane subbing in for the first time this game in the black headband. Oh, a huge beat from Abby. Oh, and then the kick beat. It's going to be Sutherland with no one back. He scores 8-2 Australia. The only good news here for Brazil fans is that Leo Chavez has checked back into this one, looking none the worse for wear after going down hard earlier. Sanchi subbing out behind the prey for Sparate, as Chavez keeps it slow. Silva, near side option. Kane with the only dodgeball for Brazil. Beats out Walker. Chavez goes forward after Sutherland is beat out. The floated, no good. Lima is not open behind. Australia is keeping an eye on her, and these passes behind are just not working. As Walker looks to work his way up, goes right, tries to put the moves on Sparate, can't do it. Pass goes to Walravens, then to Sutherland. Sutherland, the shot is no good, blocked down by Lima. That goes out of bounds. It should be Australia ball. It's not Australia ball. 8-2 in favor of Australia. Brazil does get that stop. We're at the 10-minute mark as Sprate walks up the pitch. Lima now subbing out for Pajares. Carvente and Kane with dodgeball control for Team Brazil. Leo Chavez, ball handling. Pajares up top option. Sprate goes behind. Nothing going on here. As a 1.5 happens, there's a back to hoops call, but Brazil is going to keep control as Silva is beat out. These floated passes over the hoops are not working for Brazil, and they really need to look for another way to attack against this aggressive Australian defense. More subs now for Australia, but Brazil first is going to call a timeout. So Brazil, after taking the lead early twice, being up 1-0 and 2-1, have now been scoreless since and trail 8-2. Timeout here, definitely the coaching staff telling their team to calm down. These over-the-top passes are simply not working. Suddenly everyone's been told to go back to their rooms very, very quickly. There was no big announcement from the ref crew that I heard. There's confusion about whether or not Brazil had already called a timeout. I don't believe they had. Both teams have used a challenge. Australia had already called a timeout. Yep, this was legal. It was the AR who'd thought it had happened. So we are now starting the 1 minute again. Apologies for all the delays in this game, but I will say both teams have now used their timeout. Both teams have used their appeal, so neither team can really elongate the game after this minute. So as I was saying before, Brazil really needs to start working it around or using their beaters to clear space in the middle and allow some drivers to score on these goals. Meanwhile, Australia, I think, is looking good. They have missed on a few passes around the hoops. They're really going to need to clean that up before making a championship bracket run tomorrow. So I think their big focus needs to continue to be physical, be aggressive on defense, but these passes around the hoops, we can't float them, we can't drop them. They need to be just that little bit crisper. It is really starting to cool down quickly here in Richmond as we're back to overcast and it's getting a little bit later into the evening. 7:20 local time. That's 19:20 for anyone using 24 hours over in Europe. And we are now going to get underway again here. Harry Jones beating for Australia with a dodgeball in hand right in front of Cam Walker. Nicky Redmond without a dodgeball well into the Brazilian side, going up against Carvente and Kane, who both have control. So we blow this one live. Redmond just backs up so as not to get beat, looking to make a play work with Harry Jones. Cam Walker takes it across half. Some new chasers out here for Team Australia. Walker goes through, beautiful pick there, set, and then the handoff to Hockey. Hockey, two behind. That player scores. I think it was Sutherland, but a full team effort there. As Hockey with the assist, Sutherland with the goal. And Jess Lindley with the screen. It's no good, though. They called it off due to a pass after beat, timely beating there from Team Brazil. Kane beats out Sutherland. Jones steps right to it, doesn't throw. Walker was playing up high, swaps with Sutherland. Leo Chavez, far side, goes right. Kane beats out Sutherland. Chavez, pump fake, goes through Walker, and again over the top, just misses the top hoop. Hockey falls on it. Chavez goes out. Jones beats him for his troubles. Stops in both ways here the last few possessions. The score remains 8-2 in favor of Australia. Walker slowly up the pitch with Redmond and Jones. They're going to run a 1.5 here. Phil Kane alone against Jones. Walker goes right. The same play, the same screen. Oh, but out of nowhere comes Sprate to get the block, and that is a stop for Team Brazil. The little pick there from Lindley going right, tries to get the pass to Hockey, and then behind again to Sutherland. Twice now has been stopped. We'll see if Australia elects to try something new the next time. Sparate, far side Chavez. Kane makes the beat on Sutherland. Lindley going to play aggressive defense here. Marking Sparate, who does not have a ball. The pass comes up top, Palhares. Palhares moves left. Kane is beat out. Palhares gets it to Chavez. Chavez immediately met by Sutherland. Gets rid of it back to Palhares. Palhares with a hoop down. Launches one behind. Silva catches it. Silva wrapped up by Hockey trying to get loose. Hockey, though, makes effective use of the two hands. Sparate gets beat out, and that's a good stop there from Team Australia and Case in Hockey. Walker content to keep it slow here as we approach this 15-minute mark where we should have a heat stoppage. Again, a 1.5 from Team Australia, where Harry Jones is going to look to go tackle Phil Kane. Walker, again right, again the same play, this time with new personnel on the field. The shot was low, it did not go in. The ARs really were unsure. Chavez moved pretty far after and has taken the quad ball with him. Not going to get away with that one. But for the third time in a row, Australia has run this play, this time through Josh Lindley, and for the third time in a row, it was not good. Sanchi gets screened by his own beater, Casey Hockey with a beautiful pump fake to get Silva in the air and then score after. 9-2 Australia. Kane and Guedes looking to get control back for Australia as Sanchi up the field. Palhares near side. Chavez far side. Silva behind. Silva being marked by Hockey. Sanchi far side still, looking to go left. Palhares comes up as the top option. Kane beats out Lindley, gets beat out by Redmond. And then Sanchi is beat out by Redmond as well. Walker off and running. Palhares wants to play defense. Chavez gets back. The stiff arm works on him. Cam Walker still moving through. The no-look pass to Lindley. Lindley pump fakes left, goes right. Joshua Lindley puts one in, and it's 10-2 to Australia. Quickly now approaching that 15-minute mark. We should have a stoppage for 4 minutes for heat at the next time this game stops or is in a lull. We're at 15 minutes now. It could be blown dead. The head ref is choosing not to do so. Sanchi moving slowly up the pitch. Guedes, ball in hand, looking to win control with Kane. Chavez, far side. Wants a pick from Sanchi on Lindley. Lindley gets beat out. Chavez again. Oh, Palhares, this time it connects. Palhares immediately beat out by Jones. And we're going to have the heat stoppage. The head referee confirming there must be a temperature break because, again, it has cooled down significantly here in the last 30 or 40 minutes. Looks like Brazil is going to take this heat break. So I'm being told kind of the IQA policies, because heat breaks have been taken at this tournament, they need to continue to be. Having some discussions here. I hope this is already all part of that 4 minutes for the heat break. I don't see why it wouldn't be. But as the players get some water and cool down a bit, and as the refs are talking with the crew, we are going to take the stop as well. I can promise you it will be the last time we do that until and if we have a 25-minute heat break. All right, folks, we are back out of this heat break. To recap this game, Brazil went up 1-0 and 2-1, and since then have been held scoreless. Australia is on a 9-0 run, up 10-2. Coming out of the heat break, Cam Walker from Australia is going to be ball handling, and it looks like Australia wants to run. Nathan Morton leading the way for Walker. And Walker, clean lane. Chavez goes up high to try to knock it down, but Cam Walker is just that much taller, was able to finish over the head of Leo Chavez, 11-2. Great plan play there from Australia right out of the break as Morton cleared the lane for Walker. Sanchi far side. Guedes and Kane again looking to get control back. Palhares up top. Nathan Morton being aggressive. Doesn't throw. Sanchi now going to be marked by Walker. Walker going to back off of it. Swaps with Joshua Lindley. Lindley dodges the beat from Guedes. Nathan Morton throws, picks it up. Kane now with the dodgeball for Brazil. Still protecting Sanchi. Kane is beat out. It's going to be a press here from Brazil, or from Australia. Cam Walker easily grabs that one. Takes off running. Swim Moose Palhares. No one else behind. Scores through that short hoop. It's 12-2. That Australian timeout worked wonders earlier on in this game as they continue this absolutely massive run, 11-0 at this point. Buena back into the game for Kane, sitting on one yellow card. Silva now checks back into this game as well. Guedes carrying the dodgeball for Brazil. Leo Chavez near side. Chittenden marking him. Chavez goes way high, but Palhares, oh, the great little shoulder fake, and then puts it through the top hoop to stop the run for Australia, 12-3. But Walker's going the other way fast, met by Silva, gets rid of it. That's Bell. Bell puts it through herself, 13-3. Welcome to the game, Maddie Bell. I believe those are her first minutes, and immediately making an impact on the scoreboard. Sanchi again working up the pitch. Palhares. Far side option. Leo Chavez up top option. Silva behind in the corner. Chittenden marking Silva. That is not an open pass, even though Brazil has been looking for it. Chavez, good footwork, keeps the reset from being used. Bell cannot lay a hand on Chavez. Chavez over the top. Palhares. Great read there from Nat Astalash. That's going to prevent the goal. Turnover here. Astalash looks off Leo Chavez. Is Brenner now back into this game, streaking up the pitch. Lindley wants to land a screen, instead takes the handoff, rips a shot, puts it through. 14-3 Australia. Talk about a broken play, from a screen to a handoff, and just rips the shot. Sanchi working his way up the pitch slowly. Balbuena in front with a dodgeball. Nascimento without. Both of these beaters are sitting on one yellow card so far in this game. Lima now in. Near side option. Looks like she wants to go behind. Silva pretends to set a pick and then also goes behind. Huge beat there from Morton, and then again on Sanchi. That's going to be Ed Vinet. Picks it up, sprinting down the pitch. Oh, easy feed to Chittenden. Chittenden is beat, but it is after the goal, 15-3 Australia. We're at 19 minutes, and the flag runner has gone out onto the pitch. Both teams now need to provide seekers. Looks like the starting matchup is going to be Torresani for Brazil and Span for Australia. Both with a height advantage over the flag runner, it looks like. As Chavez now going near side. Lima, the near side option. Sanchi, far side. Looks to go to Lima. Lima beat out, throw after for sure. Brenner cleans that one up. Lima still has not come off broom. Looks like she's just going to get away with it as she is going back to her hoops. Brenner slowly up the pitch. Abby with a dodgeball, working with Wall Ravens, who receives the pass from Brenner. No control here for Creffield and Abby. Big press there from Nascimento onto Brenner, and then a good beat by the partner Balbuena. Brazil is able to get that stop as they continue to trail 15-3 and seekers are released. Torzani beat up by Abby as Sanchi looks to run with speed. Oh, a big pick. That should be a card on Lindley of Australia. Just absolutely shouldered directly through Silva from Brazil, who was going to set a pick, hadn't even set it yet, and Lindley certainly initiated contact there. Sincere apologies to Joshua Lindley. That's Ed Vinette who's gotten the yellow card for that illegal screen. So Sanchi with quad ball here. He goes right. Brenner gets a hand on it. It falls to the ground. Sanchi first to it. Scores 15-4. We have a stoppage as there's a lot of contact going on in the beater play. Sanchi's pass was knocked down by Brenner. Brenner and I believe definitely an Australian player trying to work on who it might have been. I think it was Hannah Walravens. Both kind of went for it. It bounced off their hands and Sanchi just came out of nowhere, picked it up and scored through that top hoop. So Max Brenner now with a card jumping into contact. The goal is good, so no penalty time surge, but count that as a card against Brenner's total. So 15-4 still. They are required to switch headbands here. No, they're allowed to switch back. So Brenner's going to continue to be in green here. We should just get going. I'm not sure why the stoppage has continued. Max Brenner will have ball in hand as the goal was good for Brazil. So now the score table is saying that a player was just leaving the box. Which means that Brenner is going to have to serve the penalty time and is going to have to pass the green headband to Vinette, who was released by the good goal. Good scorekeeping here to ensure that the rules are adjudicated correctly. But again, because the goal was good, it is going to continue to be Australia quad ball here, and they can work to move up the pitch slowly and kill this penalty to Brenner. All right, so we're underway here. And finally. All right, we're underway here. Ed Vinette carrying it up the pitch. Very aggressive from Leo Sanchi. The stiff arm works, though. Gets around the corner. Sanchi again from behind. Called back to hoops. The spin move. Brenner gets stripped. Good defense there as Team Brazil is able to fall on it. That was Augusto Silvestre who falls on it. Red card for fighting on pitch to Lima and Vinette, I believe. Or perhaps just Lima here. No number or team was given, but Lima has made her way to the box. A straight red is going to mean an ejection from this game. And it is going to be Ed Vinette as well, making his way out of this game. Also an ejection. So it is going to be the red card to both players. So both players are now going to be a chaser down for 2 minutes, regardless of how many goals go either way. I think at this point, the head referee is just making sure that things don't get out of hand and is proving that they're going to throw cards as needed. definitely keeping this game in check. We haven't had any egregious legal contact so far. I personally did not see or hear what happened down low. Vida Machado is going to be serving the penalty time for Lima. And Josh Lindley is going to be serving the time for Ed Vinette. Officially, that's an unsportsmanlike call on both players. Balbuena, dodgeball in front, looking to beat out Span. Span just tries to go for the dodge. Abby beats out Balbuena, and Span is not beat. Sanchi backs up as Abby presses. The pass goes behind to Augusto Silvestre. Augusto Silvestre back to Silva. Silva is beat out. Oh, good kick there from Sanchi to at least prevent the fast break here. And we're going to let this one breathe for a second as Sutherland subs into Seek for Team Australia. Redmond quickly into play with a dodgeball as well. Hannah Walravens in green, directing Coleman here as Australia makes it across half. Coleman gets it. Sanchi wants to play defense up top, not going too big. The shot at the top hoop rims out. That one's no good as Australia have finally killed that penalty to Brenner that he'd been serving when those red cards were adjudicated. Sanchi. Vida is in now. Vida Machado. I'm not sure why. She has to go tag in. I thought that was going to be until the score or the 2 minutes. Lindley is still in the box. And Brazil, through all that confusion, is able to score, making it 15-5. I think finally the score table realized their mistake. So no harm, no foul. Machado is still in. They have to serve the full 2 minutes. Jones there with a dodge, or a block rather, and then another great play. He's going to keep control. Oh, and absolutely rips one at Ramos da Costa, who is beat out in the shoulder. Walravens slowly up the pitch. Brenner looking to set a pick, gets the pass instead, top hoop. That's money for Brenner, 16-5. Approaching the 23-minute mark in this one. Span gets a lot of time on the flag runner. Good call from the Australian beaters to tell Span the other seeker was in the vicinity. Immediately, the snitch ref called it off. I'm not sure why. It looked clean to me, over the top. Perhaps there was impediment of the flag runner. It's the only thing I could imagine. I don't believe there are any dodgeballs in the vicinity. Simon Span, though, at very least, proving he can catch. It's going to be called no good. We're going to keep going here. It's score, again, 16-5 in favor of Australia. And Brazil on the offensive with the quad ball in the hands of Sanchi on the far side. Leo Chavez, the middle option. Augusto Silvestre, the near side option. And then Vida Machado is the far side corner option. Continuing to discuss, the head ref already called this no good, so I'm not sure what we would be discussing at this point. It is still just the refs in the discussion. A head ref coming to the scorer's table. Yep, so essentially, the catch is actually good. So the snitch ref has been overruled. Australia's catch from Simon Span is good. That makes the final score in this one 19-5 in favor of Australia, who end their day on a high note. And Brazil goes out winning only one game today against Japan, but they certainly brought everything they had and gave Germany a big scare this morning. So, there will be one more game on this pitch. It is going to be Norway versus African nations. I know both the refs and the teams are trying to get it started as quickly as possible. We are going to go to break. We are going to come back for that game. And to reiterate, for anyone who does not know, the winner of that game will advance to the championship bracket tomorrow. The loser of that game will not. So again, that is going to be on the Pitch 5 live stream here in about 10 or 15 minutes. We hope you join us for that, and we'll see you then.
All right, everyone. Unfortunately, I have been told that there's lightning in the vicinity. So we just wanted to let you know that we have to head out while we wait out this lightning that apparently is in the area. So we'll be back once the weather cooperates with us. Well, it may be tomorrow.
Actually, we only have this.
All right.